Welcome everyone to the Cosmere Reads for season 2, episode 4. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing well. Cannot
Well,
complain.
same.
All right, that's what's up.
Look, I'm trying to get on Will's level. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think I have
Ah.
enough red wine to get on your level.
The red wine. I'm drinking a beer. It's this Sam Adams pool party. It's a citrusy hazy pale ale.
All right.
Delish. I have a $12 Malbec from the Mendoza region of Argentina.
Yeah, Alamos is good. I got no complaints.
Yeah.
Argentina, what's the wine that they have that like everyone has? Oh my gosh. I'll figure it out real quick.
No idea. You figure that out.
Yeah.
Quick announcements. I said this on the Will Reads, but it's for our podcast. So congratulations to Dawn for the winner of a Cosmere book.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, congrats. You won. So it's pretty cool.
For the wiener.
For the wiener.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I got nothing else as far as announcements go. Just kind of busy. I'm off tomorrow, so probably taking it easy tonight because I have to be up early tomorrow morning, even though I'm off because I'm racing sailboats all weekend long. So
Oh, fun.
yeah, going Southern Bay Race Week. So it's gonna be
There's a race week.
well, it's called the race week, but it's 3 days of sailing. It's not a whole week. I think back in the day there was more.
Too.
What do you say?
Where are you racing from and to?
These were all 1 mile windward leewards, so they're just they've dropped buoys, and it's like a set race course. Like it's not a distance race, so it's not a long distance. They might have a distance race on Sunday. Sometimes they do that, but it's normally just 1 mile windward leewards.
And where are you taking off from?
Hampton Yacht.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
You go out into the bay, right? It's just like the southern Chesapeake Bay, right?
Yeah, I mean, so some of the courses in past years they used to go all the way out to the bay. Recently they get lazy and they just put it out in the harbor. Hampton Roads Harbor. But it just depends. They used to always go out in the bay, but then I guess the race committee got lazy. It really depends on how many boats show up or how many boats registered. I have no idea. I didn't look at the scratch list at all, so I have no idea how many boats are showing up. It's usually around 100 boats show up to the race.
It's a good
from
number.
all up and down the East Coast. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a fun time.
What's the top prize?
A trophy.
Ooh.
It's
Just trophy, no, just trophy and bragging rights. You don't get
trophy bragging rights. Yeah, I mean, it's sponsored by Black Seal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you get some rum or something?
You do, yeah. Black Seal rum. Black Seal. It's the Black Seal Cup. So
I was gonna say, at least get you like a gift certificate to a Sizzler or something.
you get like a hat and stuff like that. Yeah, you get a hat. And there's a party tent where they have like free drinks after. Or no, actually, it's just not free. You get to pay for the drinks, but you get a few free. Each boat gets a free drink tickets. But
where's the party going to be at?
It's at Hampton Yacht.
Oh, at the Hampton Yacht Club. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and it's Blackbeard Festival going on this weekend too.
Yeah, I was getting. It took me like a second to remember that is like, which I find odd. You would think it'd happen on like Memorial Day weekend, but they do it the weekend after for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why they choose this weekend. When did Edward Teach die? Is this because this is when he was killed? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's find out.
Yeah, I mean they have it in Hampton because you have Blackbeard's Point in Hampton,
right?
That's where they put his head on a spike to ward off all ye pirates after they killed him down in Ocracoke. They came back and brought his body and his head and put it on a spike.
Yeah, he died in November.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they killed him down in Ocracoke, but then they brought his body and everything back to Hampton because that's where the fleet was out of. And that's why we have Blackbeard's Point. But he spent a lot of time actually up and down this area.
Oh yeah. He's
like
there's
an old legend that his treasure is actually buried on Mulberry Island at Fort Eustis,
which would have been found by now if that was the case.
Yeah, you'd think. Yeah, the only reason why is so one guy that was in his crew that left his crew and then was caught later with a different pirate crew. He tried to lower his sentence and not get hung by saying that he knew where Blackbeard's treasure was and said it was on Mulberry Island. That's the only account of that.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work. He still got hung, and I don't think they ever found it. So I don't think it's true. He was just trying to
avoid the scaffold, right?
well, like, oh, it's there. No, I don't think so.
Mhm.
I think it's just a guy trying to get out of dying.
Yeah.
That's
All lies. All lies.
all lies.
Yeah.
Lies. Yeah. So, nonetheless, you guys ready to talk about some Elantris?
What's
Sorry,
that?
all I could think of is that George Bush line where he's like, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't shame me again." Oh my god, that's all I can think of now.
We should have an episode where we just watch like George Bush outtakes or presidential outtakes.
Oh man,
I don't have any of those clips.
The memes though are hilarious,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
Yeah.
Clinton had all of them got some, man. All of them got the memes. All right,
Yeah.
let's get in. Let's dive in. Look, I'm
Oh.
gonna use every nautical term I can think of today. Let's
Yeah.
dive in.
Let's dive in. All right. So, chapter 11. We start with Hunky K. Keine. And he's hosting a gathering of Raoden's old allies. 5 of the most powerful nobles in Erelon show up. So, in attendance, we have Elandel, Baron Shuden, Duke Royal, Count Ahan, and Baron Edon. Say that all 5 times fast. Yeah,
I did none of their names to memory, by the way.
yeah. There's many others that were invited, but a lot of people declined to attend.
Right, but they were excited about the 5 that showed up. It's like these 5 are powerful, though. So.
Yeah, and Hunky K is telling Serena about each noble house's history and how their motivations and how they're opposing the king and the whole system that's wealth based now, and how that didn't matter back in the day. It was about birthright, and a lot of these guys are holdovers from the nobility, and they don't necessarily like this new system that's been created. But yeah, that's.
Yeah, but they started talking outright about it, out in the open. I was like, that seems a little dangerous, but
Yeah,
I guess if you have that much clout, you don't really care.
I mean,
right?
do you expect it to be more like?
Don't be suspicious. Don't.
You should have been using this meme the whole time, dude. I am
Don't
such a
be
huge
suspicious.
fan of the Sapersteins, man. Come
Don't
on,
be suspicious.
man.
Don't be suspicious.
She's the worst. She's really the worst.
Yeah, actually, horrible.
Oh my gosh, Parks and Rec though.
Yeah,
Well played, Slytherin. Well played.
it's great. It's great. So yeah, no, but over dinner they begin their formal meeting. Serene joins after she's introduced by Hunky K. The nobles display appreciation for Serena's presence as an outsider, although I guess they're a little hesitant about her at first, but she just sprays competence.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I feel like she should have slow played her hand a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like she kind of went against the way she's done things up until now.
Mm-hmm.
And even at the end of the chapter, she gets chastised for it about not slow playing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, on the first meeting though, I was like, fade him out position first for a little bit, and then maybe next go around or something, then kind of come in with the heat. But it's like it was just so accelerated. And you and I had a conversation before the podcast about pacing.
Mm-hmm.
The pacing right here really threw me off because I was like, she's doing a slow play with the religious zealots out here, kind of. But then she came in hot with these guys, and she's like, yeah, let's talk about these uprisings and stuff. And then the fact that they're talking about it out in the open in front of, I was like, oh, wow, this.
Right. Yeah,
That's a bold move, Cotton.
yeah, and if they're caught, it probably won't end well for them.
Right.
Yeah,
Which is the only thing she had really as her ace up the sleeve was to say, you know, you could take a risk the way you're talking about doing it, and you're going to probably die or have a bunch of people killed or play it my way. But still, I just thought it was I don't know. I just feel like it was a little too presumptuous to sit there and try to, like, you know, say, I'm going to have this overt, like, rebellion, you know, kind of in play. I was like, that's one way to do it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Will, what are your thoughts, man? I mean, I'm opining a lot.
I didn't think about it that way. I mean, I guess maybe it was a little naive because she's coming in like, you know, it's her uncle that she hasn't seen in however long, but she's like automatically trusting. I guess she doesn't really know the full backstory. There could be a lot of, like, I don't know. These guys could have ulterior motives. So,
yeah. I mean, trusting your uncle. I mean, clearly she's never seen Lion King.
I saw this theory video talking about, did Scar eat Mufasa, and I was like, oh no, I guess it's possible.
Yeah, there's a theory about that too. Yeah, I've seen that. There's also a meme out there. It's one of my favorite memes. It's like the reason why so many of our generation so messed up is because of Lion King, because we were taught at a young age, I guess I was a little older for Lion King, but still at a relatively formidable age, what was taught that you know, if your uncle killed your father and banished you and is trying to kill you, you know, have you ever tried just not worrying about it? Like, like Hakuna Matata. Like, have you ever tried just like not being a downer about it?
Yeah. I remember being so mad at my mom because she told me I had to go take my younger brother to go see it. And I was like, this kid's movie. And we go into this movie, and I remember it was like maybe opening day weekend. And when Mufasa died, kids erupted in cries all over the theater. There was like a line of moms taking kids out the theater because the kids couldn't handle it, because they were like, "This is Disney. What did you do?" And you know, you know, everybody's like yelling and shaking fists at the screen. How dare you kill? I mean,
you would say
emotional damage.
It was definitely emotional damage. Definitely. That time you get to use it, Alan. That was true all day long.
100%. 100% emotional damage.
Yep.
Lion King was so scary as a kid. Yeah. So also
scary.
during all this, something gets brought up. We learn about something called a widow's trial. And Serena's like, what? It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna put on trial for the widow's trial. And she's like, what? No one told me about this. He goes, no one told you? Like,
yeah,
you don't know the super secret like tradition? Like that it's not secret. You don't know our culture? Like, who
it sounds
are
like
you?
a hazing situation. But...
Yeah. And she learns more about it. It's just basically charitable work. Like, it's not like a true trial.
But it made it sound like it was about to be like a witch's trial.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, wait. I was like, is she going to automatically be put on, like, on the stand to, like, you know, answer for her husband's death, even though she wasn't even in the area.
Right.
You know,
apparently it's a carryover from like a really old tradition that, you know, when a king died or a noble died, the wife would do something charitable so they can remember him in a very charitable way.
Yeah, but that's not a trial.
I don't know why they call it that, but yeah,
that's the worst naming ever.
I think it's hazing.
It's hazing. Is what
it's a snipe hunt. You have to do a snipe hunt when your husband dies.
Snipe hunt.
The nobles also discuss various options, continuing their opposition of the king. He's been weakened by Raoden's absence. They talk about, you know, recruiting a plurality of a king of nobility. You know, maybe using military force and maybe making a council or something like that.
Right.
And this is when Serene has her suggestion. That freeing their farm workers to improve morale and productivity and undermine Iodin's decrees. So after the meeting gather ends, Royal and Keon discuss how to how impressed they are with Serene, but at the same time, they're like, "What are you doing all this time?" She's like, "I've been hanging out." It's like there's like balls every other week. Like, why are you just moping around, like not doing anything?
And she's like, I wasn't invited. And they're like, well, it's because usually the invitations go to the men. And she's like, guess what? I'm not a man.
She's like, well, you guys can take me. Like, no one will think about like an older statesman and my uncle taking me. So why don't you guys take me?
And they're like, well, but they're married. And she's like, I am too.
Yeah. Technically, yeah. You also learned that Serene sent Ash out to explore Elantris.
Yeah, which I thought that was going to pay off.
Yeah.
In one of these chapters, it did not.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't see anything out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're trying to use her also to just discreetly investigate flaws and things like that. Because she's in the palace. They can use her as an inside man. It's a secret spy. Right. Super secret.
Secret squirrel.
Super secret squirrel. She says she used her Sion for looking at evidence of Raoden either being still alive or in prison somewhere. She's like, well, what if he's still alive and he's just imprisoned? And they're like, oh, honey, in my experience, usually when your heir, they don't leave loose ends. That's not how this works. Yeah, they don't usually, in history, if there's someone that could usurp you and you want to eliminate them,
right?
You don't just imprison them where they can come back.
Right. It's like the bloodline. Cut it off.
Yeah, because they think that maybe Iden had something to do with Raoden's dying. Like, yeah, do you actually see the corpse? Like, no body. And we know, if I know anything from watching movies, no body, they're not dead.
Oh, absolutely not. They're going to come back Deus Ex Machina style, right?
Yeah.
Got to happen, right?
If there's no body, they're not dead. She's also, like I said, she sent Ash to Elantris because she wants to investigate her Wraithen. Because he's showing curiosity in Elantris, so she wants to see what's going on.
And she feels like he's the true enemy.
Oh, yeah.
Which she's right. He is the true enemy.
That's pretty much right in this chapter. I mean, it's a long chapter, but it's a lot of discussion.
No, these were actually all long. Well, the middle chapter not so much, but they were long chapters though.
The last chapter's pretty good. It's a banger.
Yeah. It had some things going on. I found it odd though. It's like they invited her in to chit chat, and then she has the one misstep, and then they start ignoring her like immediately, and nobody even acknowledges anything she says, and then she has to just kind of break in. But when she broke in, she had to do it very diplomatically and at the right time with the right person. And I was like, all this thinking that she did. And I was like, she's really intelligent. So I give her a lot of credit on that.
Yeah.
So good for her.
Yeah. Any other thoughts from this chapter? Anything about the plot that's thickening?
I mean, I'll just say maybe I'm not thinking hey, this is Brandon Sanderson writing. There's going to be a lot of twists. Yet, even though we've already read, I've now read 3 other books of his.
Right.
But to me, I read this chapter as this guy who has a lot of respect and experience, has a niece who's also the wife of someone else who is very well respected. And these guys that have assembled, I think she has kind of a foot in the door through those 2 connections to even get more respect in these conversations. So these older guys, they're all traditional, kind of not happy with the way things are, but also are kind of do we really feel like doing anything? Let's talk about it. But then this new player comes in with this young energy and kind of burning passion to figure out the mystery behind her new husband's disappearance. It actually comes up with a pretty smart idea to kind of flip the the peasantry on its head and says 10 years isn't that long ago. we just have to treat them differently, and the system will crumble on itself. And so that was a convincing play to present, and I think through that they were like, oh, you know what, I think she's actually onto something, let's go with that because no one else has a better idea,
other than outright war, basically.
Other than people dying. So right now it seems like the perfect little setup for a new plan to overthrow the evil powers that be, plus this Bjorn guy. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Alando, you're like very skeptical, and I'm like, you know what? All of this could just get flipped on its head, and nothing could go to plan at any moment because it's Sanderson. So
right. Oh, and the thing that was like there was like a couple throwaway things that happened in this, but the one that I paid attention to was Royal made it sound like they don't have much time to do this overthrow situation. Like he said, maybe maybe months, maybe a year. And he never went back to that. Why did he say that? And of course, we know that, the religious zealots are saying the same thing, like 3 months. There's a really short period of time that's been referenced to now from multiple sources.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious about that. I feel like that's something they keep throwing out that is like, we need to be paying attention to as a reader, and I'm waiting to see how that pays off.
Okay.
Like, why is that important? Is it like a volcano gonna explode, or I don't know, but somebody knows something, but they're not telling us as a reader yet.
Yeah. Keep it super secret. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Anyway, guys ready for chapter 12?
Yeah.
All right, this is the shorter one of the three. So it's Rathan. And he's just kind of hanging out, thinking about a bunch of stuff, languages, the Derethi religious hierarchy, abilities of a preacher, how he can deliver as a preacher a sermon to a large group, because obviously last time it failed. So he's looking on, into himself and trying to make himself a better person. He's having that self-help book period right now.
Chicken soup for the soul.
Yeah, chicken soup for the soul. But Dilaf shows up.
This guy.
Yeah. And follows his sermon with a very more emotional one. Which Rathan's not necessarily. It's a violation, I guess, of Rathan's orders, but at the same time, Rathan's like, you know what, did a good job.
Yeah, but then the Duke comes over. He's like, good play, putting him in after you.
Yeah.
And this Joker gave such a fiery sermon. He had to go take a nap on the pew. I was like, that thing's hilarious. And he was like, okay, I said my piece, and he has to just go lay down on a bench.
Right.
This reminded me so much of the movie There Will Be Blood.
Okay.
Damn, that movie's so good too, man. I mean,
yeah. But like Daniel Day-Lewis, like, is the leader, is in control.
Yeah.
And then the younger, super religious guy, starts preaching, and Daniel Day-Lewis is like, "Damn, this guy's good. And people are actually listening to him." It reminded me a lot of that.
Yeah. But then at the end, I drink your milkshake. I drink it all. Oh man, fiery! I loved it. That's a great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood. Yes,
it is. It's a good movie. Yeah. So after the sermon, of course, Tellery approaches Rathan, and says he accepts, but we don't know what he accepts. She's like, "Do you want to form an alliance?" Yes. Yes, I do. I wish I had that clip right now. But
what about Careless Whispers?
No, do you want to form an alliance? The Dwight Schrute. Do you want to form an alliance? Yes.
Oh,
yes,
shoot, from The Office. Okay,
yeah.
I get you.
Yeah,
Okay.
from The Office. I wish I had that clip, but yeah. So he apparently Tellery is in for whatever it is.
Yeah.
This is also where Rathan disciplines Dilaf, at the same time praises him.
Disciplines,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. And then, but he's back to his own office. We get revealed that Raiden has a Sion, which
Okay, so they tried to set it up like this is like this like big reveal, like he has a Sion. Oh wow, how dare! But I'm like, it wasn't played up enough
right,
about the lore of these Sions, and
Right.
so I was like, it wasn't as big a reveal as it could have been because we've had already been exposed to not only the Sion that
sure,
Serene has, that
Right.
Radion, right?
So a little bit about Janeth, or whatever the Shiro, I can't, whatever the religion that they
Yeah.
have.
Uh-huh.
So they're fanatics, and they believe that Sions are kind of this creation of Elantris, and that they're blasphemous, and that they're, you shouldn't touch them.
Right.
They're Puritans. So the fact that he has one, and the fact that the leader has one too, so they communicate back and forth,
Right.
is
Exactly. Now that was the real kicker,
Yeah.
was the fact that who was on the other side
mhm.
of that FaceTime call.
Yeah. So I mean, that
Kind
was
of
the
reminds
big
me
thing.
of like monks using iPhones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Yeah.
like, this is actually helpful for like spreading
Sure.
the word or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, technology inherently isn't bad.
Do you ever met a
do with it?
monk that was taking a vow of silence?
That has not, or
That
has.
is currently taking one.
Oh, we saw that in Thailand.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When I was in Thailand,
Thailand.
Yeah, you see monks, you go talk to them, they smile and just nod at you, and you're like,
we saw.
"Oh, you can't talk."
Yeah, sure enough. Yeah,
Like-
we visited some temples and saw some monks, and I was like, they on that silence tip, and they take it seriously. And I'm not how some people like come into like somebody else's country and it's like, let me try and get him to talk. I'm gonna kick him in the shin or something, whatever asshole tourists do. But I'm like, no, I respect it. I'm like, do what you do. I will, in reverence of you. And I'm like, I don't even talk around them. So
Well, then you see the video of like the people hiking the super steep cliff and having to use a rope and taking like an hour, and then the monk dude walking up barefoot with no rope, just like, hello.
I mean, but it's like anything. I mean, like, it's if you're like really acclimated to a particular activity, you will wreck it. And everybody else is like doing it for the first time, like wheezing like a 70-year-old, Betty White, trying to go up the hill. Yeah, I expect that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I like working out, doing the whole thing. You put me on the wrong mountain, watch me wheeze.
I rode on like the equivalent of a Greyhound bus from Malaysia to Thailand, sitting next to a monk. It was the most thrilling conversation I've ever had. Complete silence the entire trip. Hours, which was beautiful because I didn't want anybody to talk to me. It was just one of those.
Now, would
things
you
where
rather have that or the same trip with a recovering crack addict?
Well, I mean, I've ridden the local buses around here.
You don't want to be on it. No, I'm talking about multi-hour.
A Greyhound bus. Yeah.
Been there now, so
I've never done the Chinatown bus. I've never done the Chinatown bus.
Your experience to a guy that was a recovering crack addict every day.
Yeah, the trip to I've never done the Chinatown bus to New York from Newport News.
I've never done that either. I don't think I can't think of a good reason to do so.
It's cheap.
I know it's like, I mean, back in I'm gonna date myself now and say back in the day they were $29. You could actually go
$30
from
you
like
take a ride. Yeah,
you go from
ride
Newport News to New York.
Yeah,
and they would let you off 6 hours while you're in hang out in New York for 6 hours, and then they would like put you in the bus, come back.
Sketchy. That's what it was.
Yeah, the only thing that's probably sketchy in that bus is the bathroom.
Yeah, that's sketchy too. I'd rather take the train. The trains aren't that expensive.
Oh no, it is. No, I feel like differently. I looked up the rates because I was like, I've never ridden a train for like a long trip in the States.
Yeah,
and I was like, because we don't have that many like long commuter train paths. That's the wrong term, but going from here to New York is one. And I was like, I think about doing that.
Yeah,
it was cheaper to fly.
Was it?
Yes, it was cheaper to fly out of Newport News to go to New York than it was for me to ride the train.
Let me see. I'm looking at rates right now.
Oh well, I mean, please do, because I mean, if that's different,
From
hook me up.
Newport News. Because it was cheap when I went to New York. Near Penn Station. Let's say I'm leaving next week. I'm leaving on Monday, and I'm gonna come back on Friday.
All right.
Let's say the week. All right, let's find trains. See what we got. So let's see. You can get it for $96.
90? No way.
That's one way.
No, okay, you gotta do round trip, my guy. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I'm not moving there.
That's round trip. Yeah. So round trip would be double that. So yeah, it'd be $200.
All right, so $200. All right.
Yeah.
And of course, flights. It depends on time of year. Blah blah.
It does.
blah,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm just looking at like leaving on Monday too, so it could be different if I did different times too. But it's
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but I know last time I looked, it was like $230 round trip on train.
okay.
And I found a flight
Sure.
up and back from New York. It was 150
Yeah.
something.
I mean, I did it like I said a few years ago. A decade ago. More than a decade ago. It was cheap.
Oh, see, you can't count that, man.
Yeah, I
Come
can't
on
count that.
now.
Yeah, never mind. All right, whatever.
All right.
So
Yeah, your heart was in the right place.
I was in the right place. All right. So anything else from this chapter? Because that's how we end this with the whole Sion thing. It's a short chapter.
The whole thing that happened, that was a bold move, Cotton, again, where she like just they're talking about her and she just like walks.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Exactly. And she goes in and then they drink wine and she starts getting loose lipped. And I was like, nice. And they all kind of do the thing. But my man, old dude, his name.
Talk about Tellery?
Royal.
Oh, we're going back to the other chapter?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think we are.
yeah. Sorry. Yes. My bad.
It's okay.
Anyway, because I missed talking about this earlier.
Okay, go for it.
So
No, we can go
anyway,
back.
but Royal, he is still bum hurt about the way she came at him, and I was like, how is that going to play into things later? So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I'm kind of questioning that whole thing. Anyway, sorry.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's all
We're already finishing the second chapter. I mean, we are flying through
We
this.
are, but we have a lot to talk about the next chapter.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Oh yeah, we have a lot to talk about the next chapter. Yes, let's go.
I was trying to race through so we can get to this chapter because this chapter there's a whole lot to talk about.
Was this chapter longer than the other two chapters?
I
It
think
definitely looked longer than the second chapter, but it
Yeah,
was
second chapter is short. It's a short chapter.
well, comparatively.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of
Um,
things. All the reveals.
all the reveals.
Yeah.
So we start chapter 13 with Raoden and Galadin searching through Galadin's books, and Raoden finds one that's entirely written on aeons. Which seems like it might be significant. Because it appears to be about Andor and about being able to draw aeons, and he wants to translate it and use that, basically to try to figure out how to draw the different aeons, even though the
and he
aeons aren't
says
really working.
And he says he knew them through education or in his youth, and like
Yeah.
he's like it's going to come back to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I believe that. I mean, somebody who learns a language young and then forgets it for a while, and then it gets reintroduced to it again later in life, they pick it
Yeah.
up. So
So, I mean, obviously the aeons aren't really working because we've seen that. I mean, they appear, they can still draw them, but then they kind of just fade away and don't do anything.
what are you doing? Some foreshadowing there?
I'm asking you what you think about it.
I don't have any thoughts. I look to my consigliere Will. He will tell me what I should think.
It's the sludge. The sludge is stopping the aeons from working.
Sludge is stopping
The
the aeon.
sludge is stopping the air. Yeah, the fact that he went into like specific effort to tell, street sweeper, was street sweeper. I don't know what his name was. Lauren.
Mhm.
He's like, oh, finally, we got somebody that can clean. I was like, can't everybody clean?
But not yeah, everyone can clean, but have you ever had your car detailed? Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
there's some people that can clean better.
Well, that's just attention to detail. I feel like it's nothing to do with cleaning. It's just attention to detail. It's like I can see the dirt and the muck in the places.
Well, and time. If your job is to clean versus like,
oh, true. Okay,
know.
okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
but
Yeah.
if your profession is to clean, and then you also like your job, you have the time.
You know what to
clean,
look
you're
for
getting
and how to
paid, it's
clean
like-
like all the things. I feel like
Yeah.
a Seinfeld episode where he cleans like he's cleaning the little egg holders in the refrigerator. He
Oh,
cleans
so it's not. It's
a
not. It's
nozzle
not.
in the dish liquid dispenser.
I said the wrong one. It's not. It's not Lauren who's doing the cleaning. That's Kr. Because so we get kind of a brief. So Marishi is the one who's building the roof with clay like material. He's trying to build a roof.
Right.
And then Lauren is also a new arrival, and he's clearing the space for a small farm. And then another launcher, KR, he walks up to join the group. He's like, "Yo, I heard you got the cure, or you heard you had a way to."
Yo, I heard you got that cure.
No, not cure. He's like, I heard you got the food. Way to make
The food. That's right.
So not hungry and
That's
painful
right.
anymore.
That Dave Chappelle.
You know,
You got some of them food.
you know how I feel like every Elantrian feels. You know how they feel.
I'm waiting for you to do.
Ah! 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 Ah!
I was wondering how long you were going to let that.
No, you gotta let it play the whole way out. It's necessary.
How long is it's 30 seconds of it?
I know, which is necessary.
Which is necessary.
Necessary.
Absolutely necessary. Was it absolutely necessary? Was it necessary for me to drink my own pee? Look, I'm going back to dodgeball now.
Yeah,
Oh, and I do it because
Zul
it's
had a
sterile
question
and I
for you.
like the taste.
There's a lot of question. What came first, the sludge or the failure of the Aeons?
The sludge or the failure of the Aeons?
The chicken and the egg. Which came first?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know the failure of the Aeons is related to the sludge, but now that Dana, aka Zool, has said this, now I think you might have just like revealed something. So I didn't put the two together, but
It's not AKA. There is no Dana. There is only Zool.
there's only Zool. Damn it! I walked right into it.
You did.
It's like the most visible spider web ever, and I just walked right into it.
Yep.
All right. So now, yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
I think the cleaning thing is important. I don't know what the
Cleaning,
sludge thing's all about. I don't know what's coming from, if it's like toxic farts or something, but
Yeah.
whatever the sludge is coming from, definitely a thing.
Yeah. But his so this new guy shows up basically is like, can you make me less hungry and pain free? And he's like, yeah, you can clean and get rid of the slime, and also that way we can start gathering some rainwater.
Yeah.
So that would be good. At this point, we also learned that Raoden's been in Elantris for 10 days. But he's also feeling it, like, as far as this new burden of leadership.
Well, I'm gonna challenge on that and say I don't think it's the burden of leadership; it's the challenge of being like optimistic at all times, right?
Right.
Because he feels like he's got to always be like Mr. Happy, and he's always jovial, right? I mean, I don't care. Even when he runs into his enemies, he's trying to be jovial, which we find out later, obviously. So I feel like that's the burden, is that he is, God, I'm going to say it, the voice of hope. But he's the guy. He's the guy bringing hope to everybody else. And he's like, he's like, if no one else has got that, at least I'm going to have that to try to instill, optimism in everybody around me. But it's a lot of pressure on him, unfortunately, because it's like, if he stops doing it, then what happens?
Yeah.
On that note, there was a kind of like an interesting juxtaposition. I don't know if that's the right word, but it feels right. Between Raoden and Mr. Clean, because Mr. Clean comes over and he's like, I've heard that, you can make the hunger and the pain go away. Is that true? Can I join you? And he's like, yeah, well, what's your name? And what was your job before the Shead? And he's like, well, as a cleaner. He's like, all right, cool. We'll put you to work. And he's like, and is my hunger going to go away? And he's like, trust me. So I guess the juxtaposition is like, you can be like in misery and think about the pain and think about the struggle and be negative, or like keep pushing forward, stay hopeful, stay positive, stay busy. And Raoden's like, yeah, like trust me. And I think part of that is like, look, if you like stay occupied, like
Have a sense of purpose.
keep your eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
You're not going to focus on the hunger as much. And then trust me, because like I have a plan that I think is going to like, we're going to get rid of this stuff. So, and that goes back to like, there was some of that in Mistborn, but I can't remember, but it's kind of like the yin and the yang thing. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe not so much, but
It's
negative, positive.
It's true. I mean, that's something that I think about, like taking your mind off of things. Like one thing that we'll do if someone starts getting seasick on a sailboat or offshore is give them something to do. Like give them give them something, even if it's menial. Just like, here, start tying knots.
Right.
Like, 'cause it takes their mind off of it's just something with that. So
that's absolutely true, because I mean, I know that I try to be like a serious calorie counter and all that kind of stuff to make sure I'm like not overeating and whatever. The days that I most want to like eat like more than my calories or have like something like terrible for me is when I have nothing to do in that moment. When I'm crazy busy and have like all the things going on and I have all these tasks and chores and stuff, I don't even think about food. I'm like, oh, I forgot I was supposed to eat today. It's that thing. So I feel like that's the situation. You need to keep occupied, and the best thing to occupy somebody is have them utilize the skills they already, possess. So, Will, I think you just like really nailed on that that piece where it's like, it's not the fact that the hunger goes away; it's that you don't think about the hunger, right?
Yeah, it's like that saying, "Idle hands are the devil's play toy" or whatever. It's like. I don't know if that's the same, but like
it's devil's playthings, but still, same difference. Yeah,
it's good. It's good to have purpose. It's good to have, goals. It's like I can recall a time in life when like I didn't have a lot going on. I like lost a job or whatever, and I was just like miserable.
Sure.
People were like, "Get off your ass and do something." Like, no, I just want to sit here and wallow. And that's like the people in Elantris that are sitting in the corner, wailing and just thinking about the pain. It's like,
well, they're already depressed because they're there. They're depressed because they've changed physical appearance.
Right.
I mean, there's so much to be depressed about. I mean, I don't knock them for any of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, you've been like stripped of everything that was you before: family, friends, relationships, home, whatever. You've had all that stripped away from you, and you're pushed into a place and then ostracized. And then basically you're like basically in the wasteland of other people who are suffering from the same thing.
Right.
That's rough.
It's hard to get out of a situation.
I can't imagine anybody, normal, average person, getting over that quickly or easily.
Sure.
Yeah.
So at this point, also while they're having this conversation, while Raiden's thinking about this, the alarm bells start going off because Karada is approaching with her gang. Because this is about to be Gangs of New York style.
Yeah, because the soldier comes
in.
Dead
rabbits!
He comes in. He's like, they're coming! Like the meme.
Yeah. And, it's about a dozen gang members show up, all armed.
I love the fact he's like, they're coming. And he's like, no, they're here.
Wait, they're here.
Yeah. And Karada's immediately like, destroy the building, beat up everybody.
Break their bones.
Break their bones.
But Raiden's smart about this because he's heard, he's gathered intel enough to know that she's snuck out a bunch of times. Like, there's obviously a reason why she's sneaking out.
Right.
So he's like immediately like, wait. Parlay. Let's talk. If I can sneak you into the palace, will you spare us? And she's like, if you can sneak me, basically,
he's like, I'll get you out of Elantris and get you into the palace. Like
Yeah.
2 things, and she's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
So
But
you
she,
have till
but she,
tonight.
but she
And he's
stops.
like, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He's like, you have nothing. You have nothing to lose. You have the upper hand here,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And she agrees with them eventually. And she leaves, and Raoden has to explain his rationale to Galadin. Just about like, hey, she wants something. I got a way to give it to her. So
Yeah. That's what she said.
That's I got a clip for that. Hold on.
That's what she said.
So you have to give me time when you come with it last second.
Okay, my bad.
Go.
I'll telegraph it next time. I'll look at you and I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll give you the more, the sign language version.
Yeah. I should have played this when we said instead of Widow's Trial, Witch Trial. I had Witch.
Yup.
Monty Python's so good.
So memeable.
So yeah, so they decide they meet the next day, and she's like, "So how are we gonna sneak in there?" And he's like, "Well,
Wait, was it the next day? I thought it was the same night.
it might be the same night." Okay, so never mind. Yeah, I think you're right.
No, but it was the
she
next
said-
day. That's pretty cool. Though. She gave him like a reprieve on like.
Nah, I think she leaves and they meet up.
Pretty sure she was like, "You have till tonight."
Yeah,
Okay, man. Because I was saying that's pretty badass. If she gave him the next day,
yeah,
she was like, well, because really, she knows where they are. They
Yeah.
do not have the forces to fight her.
right,
So I mean, really, she could give him like 2 weeks.
right.
Yeah.
So they meet up and they go to the well, and she's like, "What are you supposed to do here?" And he's like, "Oh, you didn't know? If you go down the well, there's a."
Yeah, I forget the next couple lines, but then it goes, secret tunnel, through the mountain, secret tunnel, yeah.
You're stretching on that one.
Oh my god!
You're stretching on that one, man. It's a secret river.
Secret River.
Secret river.
Will's over there like, "Ah."
Yeah, secret river, maybe secret.
I've been
tunnel.
drinking tonight, so
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was
oh
good.
well, then now it checks out. You've been
You caught me off guard with that one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I mean,
Well
I
played,
could have played this one instead.
1, 2, 3. Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
I mean, the water, like
secret tunnel is closer.
Secret Tunnel's better.
Yeah.
We need a mashup of those two.
Yeah.
Secret splash.
Secret splash.
Will, man, when you're on, you're just on, dude.
I wish I could mix like songs like that. Like I wish I was like electronically, musically
Just a
talented.
DJ of DJs.
Just acoustic drums for me. That's all I
Just
got.
you, one headphone on, one headphone off. Just go, go, DJ Will, go.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, the river is through a secret tunnel. It is underground. in a tunnel.
Okay.
I mean, as a well, a tunnel. It's just like
But the river
No,
is
but it
through a
goes
tunnel.
down, and then it's got a
A tunnel.
It's a double
scoop,
tunnel.
and it's got a tunnel
Mhm.
down. It's not really a tunnel though, because it's just
Which I would
water
be
under.
really, it'd be really weird drawing water from a well that had running water at the bottom. Like you put your bucket down, like the
Ah!
That's why they keep them tied on that like little like the joint at the top, because that just keeps it from just like washing away.
Ever
right?
try to fight against a current? Like even not even a fast like
Oh
a
shoot!
it's
no, it's
Especially with a
impossible.
as that bucket hits that water, like
Yeah.
the amount of force you need to pull that
I
bucket.
feel like that's like the new workout we need to be like the new age workout we have to do for like all the supermodels and stuff. Be like, yeah, so what I do now is I fight the river. You throw a bucket out, and that's all you do is just hold on to the handles on a rope that's in a bucket, and you're like,
mean-
oh, this is so new, yo. You don't know about this action.
You wade out to a slow moving river, and it is
Oh, impossible, by the way. People who think they can like swim against the current, I'm like, you're lying. You're lying. I've gone whitewater rafting, seen
no,
people
you
going on a
cannot
boat,
rapids.
and they've
That's
tried
fast.
they've tried to
No.
swim against it. I was like, you will die. Stop fighting it.
You can't even hold your space. I mean, no, it's just
No.
it's
I was like, you will die. Just go with it. We
Yeah.
will catch you. You know. Yeah.
exactly. So they go down in the well. Karada's really, really hesitant at first, but he was like, "I'll go first," and then she just jumps in. It's like she's gone.
I'm shocked, by the way, and this is the part that took me out of. Well, it's a suspension of belief or disbelief. Is that she came to do this alone?
Yeah,
that part threw me off. I was like, I would have thought for sure she'd have brought like 2 other people to go with her.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, they make it through the tunnel, and luckily, without even testing anything, the water over the years had all the stones and rocks were smooth at the bottom. So, so it just bruised and didn't cut, which is better for Elantrins because it doesn't heal.
All right.
Little bruise is better than being all cut up and never healing. And he talks about how long it just feels like he's under there forever. And you also, I mean, I think we've talked about this before, but they don't have to breathe.
Right.
Their heart's not pumping. They don't need to move oxygen around. So they can pretty much stay underwater indefinitely. But yeah, so eventually he pops out into the river and comes up and starts immediately coughing because he decided to breathe underwater and got a bunch of water in his lungs instead of actually keep his mouth closed.
And then she warns him. She's like, "Don't do that. Cough it all up, because then basically you'll feel like you have like essentially like
you'll bruise your
pneumonia, whatever. It's like you'll feel like you have like a freaking cold all the time.
Yeah, cold all the time.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So they eventually get up and to the palace. Of course, Raoden knows where the secret passageways are. So, because he used to live there. So they get super sneaky. They sneak in. They actually sneak into the king's bedchamber, and Karada then doesn't even bother with the king, and it was one of those things. There's one point where he stops her like right before they go in, and he's like, "So why are you doing?
Are you going to do this to? Yeah, right.
Are you trying to kill the king?
You trying to kill my dad?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
That I don't get. By the way, why? If she's going to a guard's chamber, why did she have to go anywhere near his chamber? Why would there be like a path of hallways they'd have to take that had to specifically go that direction?
Well, I think the hidden passageway leaded to his bedchamber.
Yes, right. Because the hidden passageway is for him.
Or for the king, yeah.
Everybody else.
Oh, that goes to the king's chamber, and then from the king's chamber is a direct passageway to the barracks because
I couldn't get my head wrapped around that. Okay,
king,
right? Because that was the thing he kept talking about. He was like, "Oh yeah, well he's got this horrible fear, and he has to like have like a."
But he sleeps soundly,
which yeah. All right, good deal. Thank you.
So so they seek through the bedchamber. Karada leads them then to the barracks, and leaves a note and a necklace for a little baby, and then turns around and leaves. And at this point, Raoden's like, "Is that it? Like, I don't understand what's going on." He has no idea what's going on. He's just like, "This is so weird. Like, what are we doing here?" And as they're leaving, they run into a guard. And immediately, Karada goes into full like.
I like that moment, by the way. The guard's about to pull on the door handle. The door handle pulls away.
He's just
and then he sees these like 2 like entities. We're gonna call them entities because they don't look human.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah. And and he's overpowering her, and Raoden's trying to figure out how to, because they don't want to get hurt either. Because if they get hurt in any kind of way,
right,
the pain doesn't go away. So
she had a nice move on him, though. She pulled around, she grabbed his mouth, and she was like trying to like hold him. But then they reminded us that they have weakened, muscles and everything. Right. So,
yeah. So
and it's like the king's guard. It's like the top tier.
Right.
Dude, right. Yeah, to be this close to the king. Yeah.
But then Raoden starts drawing an A out, and they all turn around and look at him like, what are you doing? Because neither one of them knew they could do that. At this point, they've heard stories about the Elantrians doing that way back in the day, but I haven't seen it in 10 years since the fall of Elantris. And, he sits there and turns to them and says, this is Aeon Shio, which means death. And if you move at all, this will kill you. It'll be good for an hour.
Mhm.
So you stay still, don't move at all, and we're going to leave. He takes his sword. He's like, and I'll take that.
It's interesting that he took the chance because, it doesn't work in Elantris, right?
It doesn't work anywhere.
Yeah, but it's still
It's a bluff.
If somebody was to do that right now to us, walked up, drew light in the middle of just midair, and said, "Don't move. This thing I just did will kill you," I'd be like, "Guess who's not moving?" This guy.
I'd be like, "Okay, David Blaine, I know your tricks."
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You see some stuff like that, you're like, "Ooh, nope."
Okay.
Well, how do we know it didn't work though? Because it disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, we know it didn't work because he didn't even know what it really does. I mean,
Yeah.
he just drew a symbol that means death.
Death.
It doesn't. That does.
And it fuzzled out immediately, just like before. And they talked about how the Aeons aren't working right.
Right.
They control them, and then they just break apart and fizzle away.
It's the equivalent of being in Harry Potter and holding a drinking straw and saying Avada Kedavra. It's like it's a drinking straw. What are you can?
The Aeon just glows. He uses it as a bluff.
So, but which is still a cool effect. But that's the reason why I would have reverence for it because remember it's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years. Yeah.
So people haven't seen this type of. I'm still calling it a spell, to where told differently. You haven't seen it in a long time, so you would be afraid if you saw something like that. I would.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I just missed that it was a bluff and that it didn't work, but
yeah,
it makes sense.
But yeah, he's just telling him like, "Hey, if you move, it's just gonna kill you." And he's like, "Yep." So
he's
not moving.
Move. Uh-huh.
Yep. So they head back out, and after they leave, he turns to Karada and is like, "So what's all that?" And Karada's like, "Yeah, that was my husband."
That's your husband. That's your husband. See, now if I could do memes, I'd put up the Godfather joint. They say it in the streets. That's your husband. That's your husband.
Should have. Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. It reveals that Karada reveals she also reveals that she knows Raiden's true identity. She's like,
so because she picked up on all the things. And I can't remember though. When was it that she recognized it was actually him?
I don't know if she says. Does she?
I feel like at some point in time she said it, but I don't remember it. I know it wasn't like when she first got there at their place.
It's when they're leaving.
Maybe it's when they actually started to enter the castle. Maybe she looked over then and she was like, "Oh yeah, this is probably the guy." But the fact that her husband doesn't recognize her, though, of course she's bald because that's what happens.
Right. Yeah.
And then of course skin turns.
All blotchy.
I guess, but man, that is depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that was depressing.
And then you learn that the reason why she kept on trying to break into the palace was because her daughter's there.
Right.
And she just wants to see her daughter again.
Yeah. Which explains
all of it.
Gonna come up later.
Yeah, she's like, I had no intention. And then she's like, she even asked questions like, what happened if I did kill Iodon? And he's like, better leave some questions unanswered. I think is what Raiden's answer is. But she agrees to fulfill her part of the bargain that they will do no harm to Raiden or his followers. And then Raiden kind of turns around and says, how would you just join us? What we're trying to do with the Elantris is just improve the quality of life for everyone.
Yeah, she's got some questions.
She's like,
what are you really trying to do? Are you really about this life? Trying to, improve whatever.
Make the best of what's around. So, trying to figure it out. And she's like, so, how are you going to fix the hunger? So they walk past the bread. They see the bread inside the window or whatever.
Yeah, loaf of bread. Yeah.
The loaf of bread. And he's like, don't, we need to just get out of here. I know you want to eat it. I know you want to steal it. I was looking.
Yeah, but she was going to steal it. And something he said about that, by the way, in it's like he really knew what her thoughts were about that.
Mhm.
I was thinking she wanted to steal it for herself,
Right.
and he said, "Don't steal it. It's not enough for everybody."
Right.
It's like he already knew that she wanted the bread not for herself,
Self. Yeah.
but because he didn't know at the time, but she knows there's kids there and all
Right.
this kind. Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like, man, that was smart writing there. I give Sam
Yeah.
some credit on that one.
Yeah. And then, she asks, how are you going to improve the quality of life? And he's like, well, he pulls out an empty pouch.
Yeah.
And he's like, what comes in these? He's like, yeah, corn. What's the big deal? It's like seed corn.
Corn seeds. Yeah.
Seed corn. So we can plant. We can grow crops. Like for every person that I've been taking, I let them keep all the rest of the stuff they have. I just been taking the seeds because we can grow crops, and there's not many people in Elantris. We can feed everyone pretty easily. And she's like, wow, no one's ever thought of that before.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's plant some crops, and then we can, be self-sufficient and feed everybody, and everybody be fine. Everybody won't be hungry anymore. And she's like, well, how are we gonna get back in? He's like, leave it to me. I know how to do this. Go ahead, Will.
So I think that's also because like one of the helpers back at their base or their chapel or whatever is clearing the bricks and like opening up the dirt or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, so they're maybe going to plant those seeds. But I also just put together if what's his name, Galadon, is truly a farmer, then this is a way for Raoden to bust that myth if he really doesn't think he's a farmer, because he's going to be like, hey, I got these corn seeds.
I
corn.
didn't think about that. That's right. If
I just
you're
put
really
that-
the farmer,
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about that either. Yeah, it's a good one.
Maybe. But.
Yeah. So they return to Elantris' front gates, and he goes and knocks on the guard station. He's like, "Hey guys,
he's a bold dude. Everything he does is bold."
Yeah.
And of course, the guards like freak out and like pull the spears out. He's like, you want to kill me and try to explain to your bosses?
Yeah,
why we're
explain
out?"
how you got 2 people killed outside the gates.
Yeah, that we're out, or do you just want to let us back in? Because all we want to do is go back in. That's where we're supposed to be.
Right,
so you can take us. We can go your way, and you can kill us, but you got some splaining to do if you do that.
Lucy.
Yeah, and the guards are like, yeah, okay, let him in. So I mean, pretty much without any problems, lets him back in.
Yeah.
Like he walks in like rather than
You're good people. I'll come back and thank you.
And I love the way they explain it. Like
good
he
review.
walks in like he has an escort rather than like prison guards. Like he's like he has an entourage like walking in. Like, yeah, I own this place.
Right.
And they're like, how'd you get out? And it's like, I'm not telling you that.
Why would I tell you that?
I'm not telling you shit.
Yeah.
I played the fifth. So yeah, they don't want to get the guards don't want to get in trouble, so they let it back in. So Raoden asked Karada to keep his identity secret, and not to reveal the route to anyone on how they got out of Elantris. Just
Of
like,
course
we don't need a lot of people getting out of here and stuff like that, because then they'd have no problem with coming in and just wiping us all out like that. As long as we're contained, they're fine with leaving us alive. But like, if we all start escaping all the time, then they'll send the soldiers in. Like, I mean, that's what they'll do. So let's not tell anybody. And she agrees. And Karada then decides to confide in Raoden and is like, hey, listen, let me show you something. Takes Raoden back to her place and opens up the door. And so where are all the kids?
Yep. Finally get the not finally, but we get the answer to that question that came up last episode.
Yeah,
where are the kids?
Where are the kids? So she's only been taking people that come in with kids. So her followers are parents of children left behind and kids. So
wait. Something you said. Something you said didn't quite sound right. She's not taking only people who have kids.
Okay, sorry. She's taking other people too.
Right. Right. But she does pair up people who had kids
Sorry,
and left kids behind.
She only takes followers or parents who left kids behind.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I said it the wrong way. Yeah.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah,
I just make sure.
So there are people that were parents, and that's who
Right,
she takes.
right.
She doesn't take anyone. So
so she's very benevolent about that piece.
And he's happy to see all the children coping pretty well. Like they're all pretty happy, and and Karada's like, hey, listen, I'm actually all for what you're trying to do here. If it helps the kids, if it helps everything else, like I'm actually a good person. Like I know I have this reputation because I have to keep it up for the other gangs, but I'm willing to pledge my loyalty to you, and look for a better Elantris. If this is what it is, at least make the best of it. Yeah. So
this is the part I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. I couldn't get behind the concept here. If this is the case, and she's such a good person, and she's like trying to do all this good stuff and what have you, why did she seek him out specifically with 12 people to break their bones? None of that made sense to me because he was not actively attacking anybody. He wasn't actively trying to
resources. Trying to test the resources. I don't know.
But what resources? They were like staying in like a freaking old dilapidated like church or whatever.
Right.
He wasn't trying to actively go after anity. Right. So I feel like this is the part where I feel like Brandon Sanderson's writing wasn't quite mature.
Yeah.
It was disbelief, and I was like, the connection was not made. I was like, the lady that walked in there with 12 people and said, break all their bones is not the same lady who was like, I look after kids and I just want to see my own kid and all the things. I was like, you didn't bridge the gap there, Brett, Sanderson. So anyway, I just gotta be that way and be like opinionated and say, I really wish it had been more clear about what the threat was. She felt like he had, because she could have went in there alliance style and said, let's build an alliance, because he hadn't done anything to actively attack anybody. All he had done was brought people into his group.
Yeah.
Who just walked into Elantris, right?
Yeah.
So that's a fair point.
So that's the Alondo soapbox. I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm looking through Branson's notes and seeing if you wrote anything about that, but no, it doesn't
okay.
look like
I'm curious. Yeah. I would love to. I mean, don't feel like you have to do that now, Alan. I mean, we could do that like next go around.
No, it's fine.
But again, that's my own. I couldn't get my head wrapped around it, and I feel like it was just too much of a heel turn.
Sure.
For her so quickly. Now I know, they've got this allegiance thing, and I was like, that's all cool and great and good, but I was like, but why did she come with 12 people at him?
Right. Yeah.
Because he obviously hadn't been actively going out to attack anybody else.
Sure.
Unless she was just trying to be preemptive.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
So after that, Raoden returns back to the chapel. He gives a sword to the soldier to sail in.
Because it's a nice sword, non-rusty sword. How about that?
Ooh. Yeah. And tells Galadin about the new alliance that he's formed with Karada's gang. And it's kind of in this chapter. It's a sweet moment too, giving the sword away.
The sword is nice because I mean that soldier feels like he's going to do, because he had a busted up spear.
Sure.
Before that, so
yeah.
And now you wonder what can you do with that sword?
Yeah. No, dude. Yeah.
Like I said. And it's like the King's Legion. It's got the brand of like the King's Legion.
Yeah, because he thought he thought the king was dead. He was like, "Oh, the king's dead," and he's like, "Nah, he's not dead. We do have a sword, though."
Yeah.
Can we go back to the kids? Didn't they talk about like a different group of kids that were like the ones that were like snapped, that like had experience?
Oh, in the gutter. Yeah. She's like, eventually, because I mean, she said kids are more resilient to the hunger than adults are. But she says eventually though they snap too, and then they go to the gutter basically. And I feel like she said the gutter.
Hoyoid. All that. That's
Wait, what?
It's HOED is what they call it. Where the people. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just remember that made me think about the first time, like when I was little, that I like really like took a fall off my bike.
Mhm.
And like I remember that injury to my day, like, or to this day. It was like we had this like real rocky, like exposed aggregate driveway,
Mhm.
the least kid friendly like pavement you ever want.
Mhm.
And it just like when you fell on it, it like dug into your knee, and I had this
Mhm.
huge hole in my knee. And like I feel like that's when I snapped as a kid. I was like, damn, I'm not invincible. Shit, that hurts.
I felt like I was invincible as a kid up until
Yeah.
about 16. I
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
so many injuries, and I would recover from them, and I was
So
like,
fast.
yeah, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But then I hit about 16, and then I punched a freezer,
Oh man.
and I like snapped this bone right here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And my hand's not right ever since. And I've now broken it like 3 times because once it's broken, it's like it's just hard to
Right.
let it set and just not snap again. But yeah, that was the moment I recognized. I was like, oh, that's never gonna happen where I'm immortal.
Yeah.
So,
But I got back on the bike. You kept punching freezers too, right?
you damn straight. I punch
Yeah.
freezers to this day. It's my workout in the morning.
Yeah. We don't stop. We don't go in the gutter. We keep going.
No.
Stand up and keep going. There
That's
you go.
right. That's right.
All
I'm
right.
like a Rocky 4 montage.
Yeah.
It's me punching a freezer.
Yep. So, any final thoughts on these chapters?
Nah, I mean, chapter 13 was the best.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's a good chapter.
of these. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it revealed a lot of stuff. Looking forward to how this all comes together, but every one of these chapters has been a time jump. It seems.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, I mean, well, not everyone, because some of
Sure.
them actually like flow into the other.
Right.
but
But you're jumping from character to character.
But
so-
I'm curious. I have this feeling the next time jump for the next time we meet up with Red, and it's going to be like he is now the head of Elantris, and I'm like, oh no. Can we explain that just a little bit?
Yeah.
Just a wee bit.
Just a little bit,
Come on. Yeah.
So, favorite character?
Favorite character, man. I feel like I'm always surprised by this question every episode.
I've
and
been
I hate the
prepping.
fact I'm
You're
not
prepping?
prepped.
Okay, we got Will.
Go,
I'll
Will.
buy you some time.
Thank you.
So we didn't touch on it, but Hrathen, when he unlocked his little treasure chest,
Mhm.
So my favorite character is Hrathen Seon.
Okay.
But the way that the way that they had to unlock it, it was like, yeah, it had a key and a lock, but like there's a special way they had to like move it
Okay.
around. Like that was kind of a cool piece. But
Yeah.
yeah, his Seon, man, that poor little thing's locked up in a. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
and
then
you
it
know.
spoke, and he was like, "You better shut your ass."
Yeah, he's like, you need me? He's like, shut up. Poor guy.
I feel bad. It had been in there for like months.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna come back and bite him, I think. I hope so.
That would be
anyways.
good. I would love that.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know.
Alright.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
All right. Who you got, Londo?
I think his name is Rayal. The older. I feel like
From the
Royal?
first chapter.
Royal.
Duke Royal.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep, Zool like mentioned it too. It was like Duke
Royal.
Because, yeah, I like him though. I feel like I like him. He's older. He's on top of his ish, and he is just untrustworthy enough that I'm all about that life.
Yeah.
I feel like he watch your back, but
Yeah.
the thing I keep saying to myself is like maybe it's not as possibly underhanded as I think, because this is like Sanderson's early work.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he's like possibility that he's like
Yeah.
that underhanded betray you vibe going on, or
Yeah.
like he like puts you in the bottom of a pit like ha, got you. You know I was coming. We'll see. But
Yeah.
I like him generally. I think he's got some good qualities about him.
Okay. I'll do Karada, just not for trying to kill Raiden, but just because she takes care of the kids.
She's got a lot of good redeeming qualities about her.
She does. Let's get to know her.
Yeah.
I have
Good
a
deal.
backup. I want to do a second favorite
Okay.
character, Kahar,
Yeah.
the street cleaner. Mr.
that's
Clean.
okay.
Good call.
That's it.
I like that one a lot. I think that's a good backup and reappointment of your character for the week. So
He's a underdog.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like a lot of these people he's like recruiting are underdogs. So
Yeah.
they should get some love all
They
day
should.
long.
Yeah.
It's just normal people doing normal things, but they don't realize the impact they're going to have on society,
Sure.
which is just like everyday society. You don't realize the impact you have. Somewhere, someone's out there just toiling along, thinks, yeah, nobody cares about me. And it's like,
Right.
nope, if you were not here, planes wouldn't fly,
Yeah.
or whatever. So
It's like janitors.
Yep.
janitors get not nearly enough love and respect. Oh my God, janitors, housekeepers, I don't care whatever. You deserve all respect.
Sure.
Yes.
Sounds good. So next week we'll be doing 3 chapters.
Okay.
So 14, 15, 16. Yeah. That's what we're doing.
Cool.
So I think that takes us to the first part of this book, because it's broken apart. I don't know how far you go. Pretty far in before you get to part 2. Yeah, part 2 is after chapter 27, so we're still a ways away.
Holy cow! How many chapters are in this thing?
How many chapters total? I can tell you in a second. There are 63.
60 chapters. How many parts are there?
3 parts. Yeah, part 1, part 2, part 3.
Wait. Okay, that math is weird. So you're saying there's 27
Mhm.
chapters in part 1.
Yeah, and then there's through chapter 54 for part 2, and then part 3 is the shortest. It's just the end.
Oh, part 3 must be like terribly short then, because if it's 27,
It's the center launch.
I'm just gonna guess. If it's 27 and 27, that's 54, and then you're saying it goes to 60.
3.
So there's 9.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the same.
Center launch.
Holy crap! This guy's gonna put 9 chapters in the last part.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Okay.
So
Okay,
anyway.
Anderson.
so that's what we're doing next week, 14, 15, 16.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so looking forward to it.
Cool.
And yeah, anything else before we go ahead and sign off? All right. So how we can be found is at thecosmereads.com. It is a fun website. You can find actually our episodes right there. You can also find links to Discord, find links to social media, Patreon. Feel free to join. We greatly love you if you did. We love you forever. Yeah, so join our Patreon. Merchandise, we got that too. Got some Ska Stank stuff going on. We need to make our mega. And definitely, what do you say? Ska Stank. Yeah, the Ska Stank. Oh, yeah, the Ska Stank shirts. We got that. We need to make our mega hats. Make them launch us great again.
Yes.
Just because, you guys called it last week. That was a good prediction, guys, because we're definitely trying to make our launches great again. That's
Gotta do it.
That's what Raodon's doing, man. He's literally
trying his best.
He's trying his best to try to make launches great again.
Look at the corn.
Look at the corn. Look at the corn.
Uh-huh.
He can leap about. Look at the bones.
There it is. Thank
Look.
you.
Corn. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
anyway, yeah. Go do all that fun stuff. Yeah, and that's all I got for this week. So see you guys next time. Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
God stank, ska stank fresh. God stank, ska stank fresh.